What's up, folks? All right, I got a new microphone today. Hopefully this sounds good. I'm testing it out for the first time. So give me a thumbs up if it's coming in a little clearer and better, which means I'm going to be a lot louder when I do my coming at you live from the apocalypse. So got a great guest today. Rob Cunningham is joining us today. Going to be talking about the financial transition that we're about to go through. Which is why all of this is happening. It's a fight about who's going to own the money. We're going into a new system. It's coming. Rob knows a lot about it. He's very positive about it. A lot of people like me will say, I don't know. It's like the beast system's coming. Well, Rob thinks otherwise. He thinks we're going into the golden age, which, I have an open ear to this. I really do. And it makes a lot of sense. So I do have faith in everything that's coming. Folks, hit the notification button. Hit the notification button. Also, Venmo, 𝗬𝗏𝗏1977, 𝗬𝗏𝗏1977, and my book, When the Lights Go Out, on Amazon. Get yourself a copy on Amazon. Give it as a Christmas present. You really want to mess up someone's mind. I suggest anybody that reads it, they should be over, I would say over the age of 18, but maybe 16 and up, 15, 16 and up. Also, my mom's book, this could be read at any age, The Mexican Mix, on Amazon as well. And folks, get your red light. This stuff is awesome. I use it every day. The math on this has actually shocked me, folks. I got my own red light PEMF and red light therapy system several months ago, and I'm already sleeping deeper, recovering faster, and the chronic inflammation in my back is basically gone. True testimony. Here's the kicker. Clinics charge $75 to $150 for a single session just to use this device. And you walk away owning nothing. You're just giving your money away. The system costs less than 10 to 15 of those clinic visits total, and it lasts you a lifetime. No bulbs, no pods, no subscriptions. You buy it once and you're done paying forever. That's easily 50 to 100,000 put back in your pocket over the next 10 to 20 years while you feel incredible every single day. Right now, it's the absolute lowest price ever because of Black Friday. You can pay in full, or if you'd rather spread it out, just choose PayPal at checkout, and you'll see low monthly options. People get plans that cost less per month than one clinic visit. Go to myredlight.com, use code Nino30 or Nino25 on all bundles or individual items. So it's Nino25 or Nino30. The sale ends in just a few days. This is a Black Friday sale. And folks, I set my ghetto timer. I'm going to hit the ghetto timer. Going to be going off pretty soon. Nino's Corner.tv is absolute fire. I have Stuart Swerdlow up there right now. I'm going to be bringing him on for the second part of the YouTube version, which will be probably Sunday or Monday. So that's coming up. There's a lot more intel he wants to share. Listen, he's been right about a lot of things. So let's see. I lay it out for you all to play it out. He was right about, kind of got my hopes up, right? He was right about the shutdown. He said it would be over by November 14th. It was over by the 12th or 13th? Pretty damn impressive. No one was even saying anything close to that and giving a date. Now he's given some other dates. I think January 15th is one of them. March is another month he says is important. This December, something's happening. So all that'll be on Nino's Corner.tv. 𝗀𝗏 is up there right now, and Juan will be the next general in the general's tent this month as we go into the I like to call firecracker season, coming into the winter and spring. So he will be the general in the general's tent this month. I got to lock down a day with him. Ringside with Nino is today. So I'll be there at 5 p.m. with everybody. Ask your questions. What do you want to know? I'll definitely, I'll tell you what I know, folks. You know what I'm getting on the back end of this stuff that I can't say on FluffTube, or at least publicly. So there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes. I guarantee you that. Folks, I got Bo Pony coming on. I got Ashton Forbes. I got Darius Wright. Scott McKay and 𝗀𝘂𝗂𝗁 are going to be on a round table with me Monday. And then Everett Triplet going to be talking about an EMP coming. I mean, this guy's serious. He's dead serious about this. He's going to be on. And without further ado, folks, you might want to turn it down or turn it up, baby. Yeah. Coming at you live from the apocalypse, folks. Yeah. Oh. All right. Now I'm wondering how'd that sound? I don't know. Hopefully it sounded better than the other mic. And I'm sure a lot of you still turn it down. But, you know, I don't think I can escape this. This is like my MO now. So I'm kind of like locked into this screaming shit. Oh, boy. So Comey charges dropped. A lot of you are losing faith right about now. This all has to happen in order for the right moves to be made for this to go military. And it's got to be done so that the public sees it and it's exposed. So there is no justice in the justice system. We all know this. It's obvious. So I told you, the Democratic lawmakers that made that sedition video not too long ago, I said this on my show. I said, folks, they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble. And a lot of people, I even had generals come on the general tent. I think General Valley. He's like, no, Trump's just going to ignore it. No, he's not. He's not. He's not ignoring it. He's not ignoring it. He's moving forward. And I heard it's going to be really bad for these people because he's going to make an example out of them. So Democratic lawmakers who appeared in a social media video urging U.S. troops to defy illegal orders say the FBI has now contacted them to begin scheduling interviews, signaling a possible inquiry into the matter. These people are idiots. They do not understand the severity of the war that we are in right now. They have no idea. They think this is all fun and games and real cute to get up there and basically slander Trump. Oh, troops, you got to defy the orders. You know what you need to do. Folks, these people are in deep shit. I've been told they are in deep, deep shit, and they're gonna be made an example of. Now, I don't know to what extent, but it's happening now. So it's already happening. Complete idiots. They literally fucked around, and now they're finding out. So they thought they were going to be brave and cute and all this stuff. And folks, now the hammer's being dropped on them. And listen, other people that thought they were going to come out with their own little videos are thinking twice, aren't they? Now they could be going away for the rest of their lives. I mean, but who knows, right? Maybe a deal could be made. Maybe a deal gets made. I don't know. In other news, Candace Owens believes she's cracked the Charlie Kirk case. So in breaking news, Telegram owner, I think his name is 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶, just backed Candace Owens and appears to have linked France and Macron's to allegedly assassinating Charlie Kirk. You know, I'm 1 foot in on this and 1 foot out. I think there's so many moving parts to this. I do think there's some wolves in TPUSA. I'm just going to say that right now. It looks all the signs point to, you know, they are a captured operation and more now than ever. So I don't know. Do you all think that Candace Owens is getting played? I mean, this war is all about deception, distractions, and diversions, right? So I don't know. I still think it's that little country out there in the Middle East, but they say that she still says that's a big part of this. And I also think that maybe these anonymous calls from a top government employee in France, maybe it was just to throw the scent off the trail. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud here. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. Kind of make her look nuts, kind of crazy. I do know that TPUSA is doing their absolute best to make it look like Candace Owens is absolutely insane. I mean, this is an all-out war right now with Candace Owens and TPUSA, everyone involved. I don't know which way it's going to go, but now she has assassination plots against her. At least that's what she says, allegedly. It's heating up. It's heating up everywhere. On all fronts, folks. On all fronts. And as the judge dismisses the charges on James Comey and Letitia James, motherfucker, and Trump posting military the night before. So the night before, Trump is posting everything about that letter in the alphabet and military. You better believe justice is coming, folks. And now the justice system has been exposed. Cleanup is on the way. For Trump to be posting stuff like this on his truth, he must just be a wacky, crazy conspiracy theorist. He's just nutty. Oh, that's just Trump's behavior. That's just what Trump does. No, who's been talking about this for the last 5 years? It's serious business. And we are headed in this direction. Now, it may be taking longer than some of you expected, but this has to be done surgically. There's so many moving parts in this. So Judge Cameron Curry dismissed the false statement charges against Comey and bank fraud charges against James without prejudice, meaning the charges could be brought back again. And I'm hearing, 𝗂𝗏 says that this will be appealed, but this could be dragged out for who knows how long after an appeal is filed. But ultimately, look at the end game. This is going military, and it has to, because the justice system is so corrupt and the theater has to play out. So I got this breaking info from Eric Doherty, I guess that's how you say his name. In a huge fuck around and find out moment, the FBI is setting up interviews with seditious 6 Democrats who demanded the military and CIA to rebel against President Trump. Both the Pentagon and the FBI are all over this. These Democrats have cooked themselves. Now follow through and hold them accountable, which I'm saying they are. I think they're going to be made examples of. You got to think, folks, they really know they screwed up on this one. I can't believe they would do something so stupid. I mean, it's such a dumb move, but these people, they don't have a long game. They're not thinking. They're so emotional. They're so emotional in their actions that this is what they do. They do impulsive shit, and that's what they did. And now they're going to be going away for a very, very long time unless maybe some kind of deal is made. Democrats say probing them over video, urging soldiers to defy unlawful orders. Democratic lawmakers who appeared in a social media videos urging U.S. troops to defy illegal orders say the FBI has contacted them to begin scheduling interviews, signaling a possible inquiry into the matter. It would mark the second investigation tied to the video, coming a day after the Pentagon announced it is investigating Democrat Senator Mark Kelly of Arizona over potential violations of military law. The FBI and Pentagon actions come after President Donald Trump accused the lawmakers of sedition, punishable by death. By death. Damn. In a social media post, President Trump is using the FBI as a tool to intimidate and harass members of Congress. A group of 4 Democrat House members said in a statement Tuesday. Yesterday, the FBI contacted the House and Senate sergeants and arms requesting interviews. Oh, boy. So the Pentagon says it might recall Senator Mark Kelly to military service for court-martial over illegal orders video. The Pentagon said Monday that its investigation into Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, a retired U.S. Navy captain, in light of serious allegations of misconduct the department has received against him, and could even recall him to active duty to face a court-martial or administrative punishment. The investigation comes as President Donald Trump has been pushing relentlessly for consequences for Kelly and 5 other Democratic lawmakers over a video they made reminding service members of their duty to disobey illegal orders, baby. Crazy, folks. Crazy times we're living in. It's all happening. We are in the boomerang, and it's happening. It's all happening. Let's get to Rob Cunningham. I want to bring on my guest right now. Rob, thank you for joining me. Man, this is crazy what's playing out, huh?
Man, it's beyond crazy, brother. Hold on. Let me get to my screen here. I jumped. There we go. Good morning, brother. Good to see you.
Well, I don't, a lot of people are watching this play out, this theater play out, and it's really getting hot right now. We're about to go into Venezuela. I don't know the exact timing on that, but I know weapons are hot. They're running drills. They're getting ready. They have special ops in the southern region, and the northern region is expected to be military drone strikes. That's what I'm getting. But all of this is to give us, take us away from the narco traffickers, take us away from all that dark money, take us away ultimately from the Federal Reserve, and send us into a promising new transitional shift into a new money system, which I know you know a lot about. That's what this whole war is about, correct?
Brother, the entire war for Earth is about which master we're going to serve, the creator or the asshole. At the end of the day, everything that happens in this world is about control. And it's about control in my selfish best interest or control in or collective good. It's submission to the greater good, abundance, love, joy, peace, happiness, peace on earth, abundance, and all that kind of stuff. Or I got mine and I'll cut your throat if you try to even look at my wife.
Right.
It's good or evil. It's a spiritual battle, Nino. It is a spiritual battle. Always has been, always will be. It'll take on different form. It'll take on different shape. It'll look different.
But where this is going, from my understanding, when I was talking to 𝗬𝗏 and I had private conversations with him and also publicly, and also when I talked to Juan, is that we're not going to be able to get out of the way of this catastrophic hit that we're going to take financially, the economy. But people can prepare themselves. We are shifting into a digital, I guess, gold-backed digital system. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah. I mean, look, that's like saying we are going to fly through turbulence between, Georgia and California. We're going to have a little turbulence. So we're going to have a little turbulence. Have another cocktail, take a nap, say a prayer, read a book, put on your seatbelt. So what? Yeah, we have to transition out of this debt mouse matrix that we've been living in. We were born into spiritual amnesia. We've been put into debt slavery. And now we're turning over to money changer tables in 195 countries the world over. Of course, there's going to probably be a little bit of turbulence when we climb that hill and get on the other side. But turbulence doesn't mean we're all going to die. The airplane's going to break apart in midair. Oh my God, are the engines going to quit running and operate? Are we going to die? No, it just means we're transitioning from one atmosphere to another atmosphere.
And this whole fight is who's going to be in control of the money system. So it's either going to be, let's call it the white hats or the deep state. And that's what this war is about.
But no, that's wrong, Nino. No, look, the issue is it going to be controlled or uncontrolled? Not who's going to be in control.
All right, so nobody's going to control it. It's going to be
sovereign. Decentralization versus centralization.
Got you.
Decentralization puts we, the people, in charge of what I do, who I do it with, when I do it, who I transfer my property to, who's involved in a two-party mutual consent, and who's not. The problem that we've had is a hidden hand third party getting involved in every single damn thing we ever do, right? The highest form of law on earth, the highest form of moral law is mutual consent. Mutual means two. When you put a third party, a hidden hand, a central banker, inflation, debaser, thievery, theft, secrecy, you can't see what they're doing. You don't know what they're doing. Somehow or another, they introduced in our marriage a third partner in the marriage. Okay? And we don't know what's going on, but our bank account's draining. We're getting richer. We're getting poorer. We're getting more fat. We're getting sicker. We hate people more. We don't know where it came from, but it's that invisible third partner in the marriage. Okay,
right.
What they've done is
the crowd basically, and plus people getting taxed to death. This is just.
Nino, let me draw a mental picture for your audience. Okay, first we had a country that was sovereign, and we had a sovereign treasury, and we had sovereign citizens. What got put in between the sovereign treasury and our coinage act and weights and measures of gold and silver behind our treasury dollars, and we the people?
The banking system, the banking cartel.
The Federal Reserve banking system got put. Now we don't have mutual consent anymore. We have a foreign actor that infiltrated in the dark of night and got in between party A and party B and started screwing everything up in the middle. So what we're doing is we're getting rid of that middle actor. We're going back to a two-party mutual consent. I can transfer money or value at the thought of light, point to point, person to person, entity to entity over a mathematical ledger. And here's the key point. Can you pull up, maybe Alex can pull up that first tweet that I put on there. I'd love to show this on screen. This, if people want to have one of the most peaceful and joyful Thanksgivings and Christmases and not worry and try to get, we're told 365 times to fear not, right?
Right.
People prey on our fear. They prey on our ignorance. They prey on what we do and we don't know. So what I want to do is I want to explain and set the record straight as to what's happening, okay? The XRP ledger is a blockchain, okay? It's a blockchain that's held in public trust, which means nobody owns it. It is a trust for the good of humanity the world over. A corporation doesn't own it. An NGO doesn't own it. A nation doesn't own it. Ripple doesn't own it. Nobody owns it. It's a for good, for humanity ledger. Okay? Now, you can work on it. I can work on it. I can build on it. BlackRock can build on it. The Catholic Church can build on it. Donald Trump can build on it. The U.S. Treasury can build on it, but nobody owns it. It's based on math, and math is a law from God. Okay? Nothing gets written to that ledger unless it's mathematically verified first. Perfectly Nikola Tesla style, mathematically verified as a true transaction before it's written on this public record that will last for thousands of years. Okay? The ledger is math-based. Math is either true or false. Period. End of story. BlackRock can't change math. Trump can't change math. The Treasury can't change math. So everything that gets written on this ledger has to be mathematically verified and then mathematically recorded.
So here's what I'm worried about a little bit. I mean, we're obviously going into a cashless system, right? It's going to be.
No, we're not. No, stop. No.
Okay.
No,
Correct me
no.
then, because I want to be corrected on this. I
Okay.
want to know. So
today, for 10 plus years, we've had about a 97% digital system and 3% physical currency.
Okay.
That's what we're going to have on the other side.
You still see us paying with cash. You still think there will be
if we want to.
Okay.
If you want to. And if a business wants to not take it, they'll have that right. But no one's going to put a gun to my head and say, I can't give you a $20 bill for a haircut. The barber may say, I don't take cash anymore, but that's the barber's decision. That's not the government's mandated decision. They may not want to mess with it. They may not want to have I don't want to have a big cash register drawer at the end of the night because then the robbers might come and try to steal from me.
Right. And I can see that also. Like it's a lot easier. It's already, I mean, every transaction now, most of them, 90% of them, 95% of them are done over the phone. I mean,
tap and pay over the phone, direct deposit, wire transfer, Venmo, Zelle,
PayPal, whatever. Everything's over the phone. So,
but nobody's putting a gun to our head, making us do that. What we are doing, though, is getting rid of the 3%.
Don't you think it's a slippery slope before we have a device or a chip in our hand and we're doing it over we're doing it over a biometric scanner or something like that? I mean, it's kind of funneling in that direction, right? It's the trajectory is going that direction.
Nino, there's no difference between whether you get a tattoo on your bicep right there, you get a tattoo on your arm, you get a chip on your earlobe and your earring, and it becomes your payment method. That's
but I mean, it warns against that in the Bible. It does.
No, it does not. No, it
yes, it does.
Right, Nino, you're reading that in a humanistic, literal way. Okay, and the mark of the beast. If you don't think we've been living in the beast system under slavery, we're living under the very system that Jesus rejected. He did not reject money. He did not reject commerce. He did not reject trade. He rejected fraud. He rejected manipulation. He rejected people stealing from one another with hidden contracts, giving people 5 cents on the dollar. He rejected unequal weights and measures. And he saw how the church and the money changers and the politicians were screwing the people, and he rejected fraud.
So you think by having a chip inside our bodies, that'll make everything easier? I mean,
no. When did I say that?
If it goes that direction, because that's where it looks like it's heading. It looks like it's going to.
Nino, my people are destroyed for their lack of knowledge. If people want to tattoo the whites of their eyes black, or put 84 rings on their face, or put a chip in their arm, unfortunately, that's their right to do so. I mean, I don't agree with it, and I don't consent to it. No one has ever put a gun to anybody's head and say, tat your body up, tat your eyeballs, put on 17 piercings in your ear.
But I think it'll ultimately go that direction, and people it's going to be a lot easier.
What does that say? What does that say about your belief in mankind?
It's my belief in God, and I don't have much belief in mankind. I have
okay, well, guess what?
And I think that that is exactly where it's headed. I think it'll be good for a while, and I think you're right for a while. And then
I think you're assuming I think you're assuming that we're not going to return course. There's not going to be an awakening. People aren't going to see what's happening. People aren't going to see that we've solved 9 peace deals in 9 months. Okay, we're going to get rid of the income tax. We're going to get rid of debt. We're going to start freedom cities. We're going to close our borders. We're going to have better education, better food. We're not going to have debt slavery. We're not going to have the income tax like we've had it. We're not going to have usury interest. We're going to have interest rates come down. We're going to have sound, honest money. We're going to have a booming, exploding economy with very little debt, no wars around the world. But of course, this is just all coincidental. It couldn't be because Trump was planning to make all this happen. I mean,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Here's the point.
I'm agreeing with you for a while. I'm saying that is probably where we are headed under Trump, and maybe the president after him. But it's then who comes in after that, and then these devices.
The president after Trump will be
Elon, like Neuralink. Let me finish. These type of things are already set in motion, and when these things come into play, people will start getting these chips or links in their hands, RFID chips, whatever, and then just the wrong guy comes in power, and then they decide to switch the system over, and then they're turning chips off. And I'm talking about in 15, 20, 30 years from now. I'm not saying the next 5 years, 10 years. I'm saying I agree with you. I think you're right. I think that's where it's headed. But then I think it's ultimately going to go in a bad direction, and I think we're on a way.
This is in my hand right now, and it's in everybody's hand right now. What you're now saying is, oh, well, if it's here, it's not so bad. But if it's a little chip right there on my hand, end of game, game over. They can turn it over.
If they can do that, would you get the chip?
No, but Nino, they can turn the chip off in my phone or my hand, either one. Now you're talking about location. Now you're talking about
just turning off your bank account, turning off your system.
That doesn't matter. They can do that whether I have a chip in my hand or not. The location, the proximity of the chip doesn't have anything to do with whether assholes can try to run.
But you don't see that's where this is going with this quantum.
No, Nino, look, I see. Let's back up 100 years. And we were to say, can you see that where we're going is child trafficking, and they're going to drink the blood of kids, and all they're going to do all this kind of crazy ass stuff? And you're going to go, well, evil is evil, and evil's always going to try to be evil. And Moloch and Baal never retired. They never got the gold watch and hung up their boots and quit doing what they're doing. So evil's going to always try to be evil. The question is, are we going to wake up from our spiritual amnesia and get smarter? Or are we going to continue to be dumbasses? That's the question. It's not whether evil's going to keep being evil, because that's the only thing evil knows. The question is, will we wake the hell up? That's the question. We can.
All right, and you feel all of this is, you feel like the system that will be used is XRP, correct?
The system that we will use is called DLT. Okay, distributed ledger technology, which is math. Math, you can't date math. You can't bribe math. You can't make math join a political party. You can't make math communist, Marxist, socialist, atheist, or Christian. Math is math. Okay? In a mathematical, honest value system, trade system, things are either Mathematical or they're not. They're either true or false, 1 or 0. The equation either is true or it's false. When we have an honest monetary system, Nino, you don't pay a corruption tax every single time you make a payment, make a phone bill, make a tip, use the currency, use the Federal Reserve debt note. You can't shrink it and you can't pervert math. If we have an open, honest value exchange system, that's what we're doing, Nino. We're going from a broken, corrupt, enslaving debt money changer system to an honest, transparent, mathematical, fully accountable monetary system. We're going from corruption to honesty. Let the chips fall where they may once that happens. We're going to do it also, Nino, with an honest, mathematically based, verifiable money system inside of a sovereign nation known as the United States of America, as formed in 1776, not this Rothschild perversion known as the Inc., the corporation. Okay, so two things are changing. We're going back to a sovereign nation, and we're going to have an open, honest, non-hidden, verifiable, mathematically true monetary system. Jesus would endorse it. Jesus would endorse clarity and honesty and mathematical truths where everyone can see everything and nobody gets screwed. No one's subjected to usury, fractional reserve lending, or endless debt, or money printing for war, or war for profit, when everybody can see what's going on in the honest, when we can track every single penny that ever goes into or out of the government inside of a sovereign nation, instead of counterfeit money slashed around inside of a corporation calling itself a nation. Those are pretty fundamentally opposite ends of the spectrum. Now, there's no more trust me, bro. There's no more trust Gary Gensler. There's no more trust the Treasury Secretary. It's trust the math. Look at the record. Did it happen or did it not happen?
So what do you believe we're going to come into some kind of black swan event or some catastrophic financial event that shifts us into this? And when it happens, how bad do you think it's going to be for people? How long?
I think this has been, from the beginning, it has been a complete, well, let's call it Operation Detox. We have got to forget everything that we've been taught our entire lives, because it's all been a lie. It's all been a fraud. We've all been cooked in the easy bake oven. We've all been brought up in the matrix. Okay. So what are they trying to do? They're trying to do a frame off restoration. They have set a parallel monetary system in place to replace the fraudulent one that's bankrupt, the one that we owe 38 trillion to. What's happening, Nino, is the architect and the architect's team are creating a controlled demolition of the old system. They're bringing it down and
like the Las Vegas hotels.
And correct. And they're standing up a new one. And they're doing it with these parameters. Don't allow anarchy to take place. Don't allow World War III to break out. And don't scare the absolute shit out of people so we go into civil war. So how do you bring down the world's biggest economy, level the playing field in 195 countries, do a frame-off restoration and get rid of this Rothschild perverted monetary system and put in a brand new, honest, measurable...
So in other words, don't disturb grandma and the cat. It's got to be done with surgical precision.
When you have 65% of the American people that cannot name the 3 branches of government, how the hell are we going to explain to them the intricacies of the old monetary system and the new monetary system and the technological wiring and the infrastructure and the XRP ledger and atomic settlement and real world ass? We're going to bring the people up that can't get off of beer and Netflix and explain to them the intricacies of a brand new monetary system?
That's what we're trying to do right now.
Well, no. You have a curated audience, Nino.
Right,
you
right.
don't have the average person listening to us right now.
Give me a second. Let me just knock this out because my ghetto timer is about to go off any second. You know what's wild, folks? Every year, Big Pharma takes in billions, keeping people hooked on pain pills, but never actually fixing the problem. And I know this very well. If you deal with daily pain, please listen closely, because there's finally something that's breaking the cycle. It's called canoladine, folks, and people are calling it nature's morphine. Here's why it gives you that same kind of powerful relief, but without the pills, the fog, or the risk of addiction. It actually helps your body activate its own natural painkillers, the same ones that pain meds try to mimic. After 14 years of research, over 2 million bottles have already been shipped because it works. Real people are getting their lives back, sleeping better, moving again, and doing it naturally. And right now, you can try it risk-free for 90 days, risk-free, for less than $1 a day. No gimmicks, no subscriptions, just honest relief on GDR Labs, made right here in the good old USA. If you're tired of being a part of Big Pharma's vicious cycle and business model, it's time to break free. Tap the link below, trycono.com/Nino. Try Kono. There's a ghetto timer, told you. Yeah. All right, let's get Rob back on. Rob. So, all right. So I see, I see where this is going, but I do know that in order to make this proper click over to this new system, the old system needs to be brought down. Like you said, a controlled implosion, right? But
Right.
It's still going to be very bumpy for a lot of people, especially people who are not preparing right now. People are just not preparing. They don't know what to do. I have people that ask me all the time, dude, what do I do? What do I do? Well, what I'm doing, I'll just say what I know to do, because I listen to people like you. I listen to people like Juan. I'm buying gold and silver, and I am investing in XRP. Would you say that's probably the best bet to go about this right now?
Yeah, I would say, and again, but it's based on your temperament. It's based on your patience. It's based on your conviction and your faith. It's based on your time horizon. Do me a favor, Nino. I want to level set. I know there's a lot of people that are probably either they're cold, they're hot, they're in the middle. They think I'm a kook. They like what I'm saying. They think I'm selling Mark of the Beast poison, whatever. That's fine. I've heard it all. Do me a favor, Alex, if you can go to that #2 video. This is the video. It's 3 minutes, and I want to watch it. I want us to level set, and I want to get your feedback. It's pinned to my X profile, and it's on the top of cool.show, KUWL.SHOW. Alex, can you play that? It's about 3 minutes.
Most people feel it. Few can explain it, but anyone paying attention knows something massive is unfolding in America. Historic events, unprecedented reforms, a complete deviation from DC groupthink and centralized control. From the yen carry trade unwinding, to crypto ETFs exploding, to ISO 20022 preparing the greatest banking cutover in modern history. This isn't politics. This is a pattern break in the system itself. For 100 years, America ran on extraction, debt, inflation, and centralized gatekeepers. But look around. Taxes eliminated for millions. Federal agencies shrinking. Wars ending. Gold and silver restored as legal tender. States reclaiming sovereignty. The old system is quietly, mathematically dissolving. And right behind it, an entirely new financial operating system is rising. Transparent, decentralized, mathematically governed, from citizen dividend payments to $17 trillion in new trade revenues to a U.S. sovereign wealth fund now taking shape, to America becoming the crypto capital of the world. Federal agencies are being reduced, consolidated, or relocated out of Washington, not as chaos, but as restoration, a realignment of power back to the states, back to communities, back to the people. This is the constitutional republic reawakening after a century of drift. ISO 20022. Global currency revaluations. Accelerating crypto adoption. Tokenized treasuries. ETFs absorbing institutional capital at historic pace. The world is shifting from analog money to digital value, to decentralized liquidity. This is the Internet of Value finally becoming real. Transformation never looks like transformation when you're inside the chrysalis. It looks like confusion, breakdown, deconstruction. But the truth is simple. America is not collapsing. America is metamorphosing from a debt-soaked caterpillar into a sovereign, transparent, value-creating butterfly. Scripture says, "Behold, I make all things new." The old systems must be stripped away, purified, exposed, so the new can rise with integrity. We are watching the greatest economic, political, and spiritual realignment of our lifetime. Not destruction, purification, not collapse, reconstitution. The common man should see this clearly. We are witnessing the dismantling of a century-old system, the birth of America's second Genesis, a nation returning to sovereignty, to transparency, to truth, to constitutional alignment, and to God. America is not falling. America is being reborn. This is Rob Cunningham with The Cool Show. If you're ready to understand what's really happening, stay tuned. The awakening has only just begun.
So basically, when I hear that, when I watch that video, I know, we are headed into the golden age, but that's not, I've always said that's not. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is going to be something that governments can't control. The Federal Reserve will be out. This is going to be complete sovereignty. This is going to be, I control my money.
We, the people, are the government. These other people are supposed to be stewards. They're just supposed to do what we tell them to do.
So what happens with taxes and things like that in the future? What'd you say?
Tariffs.
So the ERS.
What happened to unalienable rights? Unalienable rights means no one gets a claim on your life, your labor, your property, your invention, your buildings, whatever you create. There's not supposed to be a lien put on it. Who gave that? The lien process started when we got the IRS and the income tax. If the IRS goes away or the Federal Reserve goes away, then they don't need their bodyguard with M16s coming to our house, beating our door down to steal our property to pay. Their control mechanism falls apart. Pre-1913, there was no income tax. And you've heard President Trump say they used to have committees to figure out how to give away all the excess abundance that we had in this country. How about we go? Scarcity, Nino, is the biggest fear campaign that these assholes have ever deployed on us. We're running out of food. We're running out of water. We're running out of land. Oh, my God. Global warming, 15-minute cities, eat bugs, ride bicycles.
Right.
Oh, my God. Fear.
All for that same depopulation agenda.
It's a scarcity fear narrative for what reason? Control over humanity. Centralize the energy production of man, which is currency, and then control everything with it.
All right, folks. Zelensky, in other news, Zelensky warns about giving away territory in latest Ukraine talks. And so we all know that Stuart Swerdlow came on my program and he said it's not a prediction. This is what he's getting debriefed on, that this will be over by January 15th. Now, that's up to you if you want to believe it or not. I bring the guests on. I laid out for you all to play it out. But Ukraine's President Vladimir Zelensky has welcomed important steps made at talks with the U.S. in Geneva on ending the war with Russia, but warned the main problem remained with who? Vladimir Putin's demand for legal recognition of Russia-occupied territory. U.S. and Ukraine officials met on Sunday to discuss a 28-point peace plan drafted by American and Russian officials in October, which caused consternation in Kiev and among its European allies. Now, a lot of people don't think they're going to reach a peace agreement. Obviously, Zelensky doesn't want one because his life depends on it. But U.S. and Ukraine finalizing peace deal right now, but Russia is expected to reject the changes. So Russia is unlikely to accept changes in the new peace plan to end the war that the U.S. and Ukraine are negotiating over, says analyst, even as U.S. Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll is in the United Arab Emirates, meeting with the Russian delegation, and Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is expected in the United States in the coming days. Folks, now, This is getting interesting. This is getting really interesting. This is when I love bringing guests like 𝗬𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 on, because now they're under the pressure cooker. Now we're going to see. He was right about the government shutdown ending. Let's see if he's right about these next dates. I'm excited about it. It'd be really pretty damn awesome if he's right. But let's see what happens. I think Zelensky's time is up. It's over for him. I think it's starting to set in, if it hasn't already, and his time is near. His time is near, and we might see him, boom, himself, because what's coming? He can't exist any longer, folks. This is getting hot, and he knows it's game over. So he needs to perpetuate this war. He has to perpetuate this war, but it looks like he's not going to be able to. He's going to try his hardest. We might see some false flags here and there, but folks, I think it's game over, and I kind of, like I said, I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out with this January 15th date. My ears are perked up. I'm waiting to see what happens. My eyes are wide open to see if this happens. But what's your thoughts on that, Rob? Do you think this war ends pretty soon? You think we're closing in on Zelensky? Do you think this all is coming to an ending?
I think Zelensky is probably he's probably more of the pinnacle of the global swamp than Klaus Schwab is.
Yeah,
I think he is. If you've done any research on the properties that he owns, $100 million house here, $200 million house there, $50 million. He owns properties and estates all over the United States and Italy and Africa and Europe and you name it, everywhere, all over. This man is such a controlled puppet, bought and paid for. Either Trump brings him down, or the people that have ordered him to keep doing what he's doing bring him down. But he's caught. Here's the mathematical formula at play. Remember WikiLeaks and Julian Assange said when all said and done, 98% of Washington is going to be found corrupt. I'm going to say 98% of the World Economic Forum crowd is corrupt as hell. And that includes people in the EU and people in NATO and people in that were opposed to Brexit and people that are with Zelensky. I mean, this entire global economy has run on the currency of corruption. Period. He doesn't know how to get out of this quicksand, spider web of corruption.
Yeah, he's done.
He's trying to negotiate between lesser evils. He doesn't know what to do. Are these guys going to kill me? Are these guys going to kill me? What happens to my real estate portfolio if I make a deal that looks like A or looks like B?
You notice whenever he meets with Trump or whenever he's doing an interview, he looks like he's on something, like he's drugged out of his mind. Like he's just sitting there like, another one is, that reminds me of Zelensky is Elon Musk. Remember we saw Elon Musk with President Trump just sitting there withdrawing on something. But I've seen both of these guys, it's tug of war for their soul. And you know that they're being pulled in different directions by the deep state and by Trump. Another one, 𝗬𝗏𝗯𝗶𝗹, I don't think she'll make it out of her term alive. I mean, nobody expected Trump to win, right?
And Nino, there's a fourth element or third element to this. We all know what AI is. We know what movies creation is. We know what Mission Impossible looks like with Tom Cruise. Just because we see pixels on a screen and hear stuff in our ear hole doesn't mean that that's the real person. That could be version 8. How many Bidens were there? How many auto pens were there? How many Zelenskys are there? How many Musk are there? Look, I'm not making an accusation, but I'm making a true statement. I don't know. I'm humble enough to say, I don't know. If there's 1, 2, or 3 Elons. I don't know if there's 1, 2, or 7 Zelenskys. I don't know if it's central casting or not central casting. I don't know if we've been watching a very well choreographed AI generated play for 10 years in many respects. If you think, if anybody watching thinks that the AI that we have on our phone is anything other than a 3-year-old version of AI, and the big kids, the cool kid, has the PhD level that does things like, directed energy weapons and weather. I mean, if we think for 1 second this AI just popped up on the scene 3 years ago,
right now,
and we have the full strength version of it, You've lost your damn mind.
Right. This is all really, at the end of the day, alien technology, man, in my mind. I think this is
And
all.
what if these government bastards, these central bankers have had access to it for 30 or 40 years and they've been doing shit with it to make us think we've got a nation, to make us think we're free, to make us to think the stuff we're putting in our bodies, the petroleum.
That's why I don't trust it. That's why I don't trust the new system coming in either. I think they're all in charge.
But Nino, everything.
Why would they just give us our sovereignty? I just doesn't make sense to me.
Because, Nino, why would a monopolist, narcissistic, satanic person give away anything when they hate your guts for living?
Because they own the technology. That's what I think. I think they own the technology.
They own the technology. Nino,
they own the AI. They own the quantum.
Nino, technology in and of itself is not good or bad. A gun is not good or bad.
Who controls it?
A fork doesn't make you good or bad. It's the soul. This battle is not against flesh and blood. It's against wickedness in high places. It's about demonic spirits and evil.
I agree.
So it's not the AI. It's the assholes that control the AI.
That's what I'm saying.
What happens if 4 billion of us?
You just answered it. That's what I'm saying.
What happens if 4 billion of us have AI and we outnumber them and we can check every damn thing that they're doing? What if our AI checks their AI and we outnumber them? Who wins then? We the people or the centralized assholes?
I just don't think they're going to give us anything they don't control completely.
They're not giving us it. Nino, they have not given us anything. We've taken it. We've woken up to our powers, and we didn't ask for their permission to bring down the Federal Reserve. We fucking took it.
All right, fair enough. Now let me get to some Diddy news. Hold on. Diddy sees his prison release pushed back amid alleged alcohol consumption. Sean Diddy Combs' prison release date has been pushed back by nearly a month. The 56-year-old who is behind bars at New Jersey's FCI Fort Dix, as he that's proper for him, as he serves the 50 oh boy, you gotta love the Nino's Corner. As he serves I bet he's in heaven over there. As he serves a 50-month sentence for his conviction on prostitution charges, was previously scheduled for release on May 8th, 2028. However, the Bureau of Prisons website now shows an anticipated release date of June 4th, 2028. A reason for the change was not immediately available. In a November 13th statement to USA Today, Benjamin O'Cone of the Bureau of Prisons Office and Public Affairs said, "For privacy, safety, and security reasons, we do not discuss the conditions of confinement for any individual, including release plans, timing, or procedures, or whether a particular individual is the subject of allegations, investigations, or sanctions." I'm surprised that guy got such a light sentence, man. All right, so Rob, I love that you always bring such a positive spin to everything. And I believe, trust me, I'm on board with you. I just think it's going to take, call me Doomsday Dave, whatever you want to call me. I just feel like this, they're not giving us anything they don't control. It's a technocracy. I feel like at the very top of all
they're not giving us anything. Omnipotent.
Allowing it to be leaked out. All right.
Omnipotence means all power. We are made in the image and the likeness of the omnipotent. Because we've been brain dead stupid for 50 years and let them run roughshod over us, doesn't mean that we're not waking up to a revelation of truth. And the greatest thing they ever stole from us, was our identity. When we know who we are and whose we are, these things I've done, you can do an even greater things, sport, because we have the same Father. But wake up and pull your head out of your ass.
So, what's your interpretation of the end of the days, of the mark of the beast, and then this beast system? What's your interpretation of that, of the Bible, of the end days, of the mark of the beast, the chip, all that? What's your interpretation? If you think this is going in an ultimately positive direction, do you just conveniently ignore that part of the Bible?
No, I do not
know. You believe in that part of the Bible.
Although we walk through the valley of the shadow.
That's where my dilemma is.
Okay. Although we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I'll fear no evil. I'll put on the full armor of God, and no weapon formed against me can prosper. Okay. Our battle is against principalities of darkness, not flesh and blood. My people are destroyed for their lack of knowledge. What knowledge? They don't know the universal quantum laws and principles of God that we're made out of the image and likeness thereof. If God is omnipotent, then that means all these illusions, all these liars, all these deceivers, all these freaks, all these debt enslavement people, these baby eat killers, all of them are deceiving us because we're a bunch of dumbasses, not because they have power, but because we're stupid. Ignorant means lack of power. My people are destroyed for their lack of knowledge, not groupthink, not hope, not prayer, not college degrees, not money in the bank account, not political party. My people are destroyed for the lack of KNOW, knowledge. I don't care about your opinion. I don't care about your mama, your bloodline, your political party, or your bank account. I don't give two shits about that. If we know what truth is, we win. If we want to cling to past traditions or, well, you know, I've donated a lot of money to my church can't be wrong. Jesus didn't come to create a religion. He came to free us from religion.
Correct. I agree with that.
Relationship with Christ, not membership in a cult.
So the chats here are very
entertaining.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. I'm keeping an eye on it. Oh boy, it's very interesting. But you know, that's why I love bringing you on, Rob. You want to stick around for some what the fuck news real quick?
Sure.
All right. In what the fuck news, son dresses. Yeah. All right. Son dresses as his dead mother in Miss Doubtfire ruse to plan her pension. Italian pensioner had been deceased for 3 years when family member was caught impersonating her while trying to renew her ID card. There it is. Kind of looks like her. It's a good effort. I give him an A for effort. An unemployed Italian man has been accused of dressing up as his dead mother, complete with lipstick and a pearl necklace, to fraudulently claim her pension in a bizarre case that has been dubbed Miss Doubtfire scandal. The 56-year-old man, an unemployed nurse from the northern city of Mantua, I think that's how you say it, I don't know, managed to pocket thousands of euros before his ruse was exposed, according to a report in Italy's Corriere della Sera newspaper. I know I butchered that. Making this case all the more macabre is the fact that he allegedly concealed his mother's body at home and kept it for so long that it eventually became mummified. God. About 3 years ago at the age of 82, she died about 3 years ago at the age of 82, according to the paper. Not only did her son not officially report her death, he wrapped her body in a bed sheet, stuffed it into a sleeping bag, and hid it in the house. He then set out to masquerade as her when it came to renewing her identity card in a government office in the suburb of Borgo Vergiaro on the outskirts of Manutia, according to the report. Wow. Wow, man. People are sick.
Yes, sir.
This is why it's what the fuck news. See what I'm saying? Now I can read on here. It goes into a lot of details, but Rob, I appreciate you coming on.
Wait. I have to ask you a point of personal privilege. Okay. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Right. Alex, the last thing, this is on faith. This is on God. This is on who we are, whose we are, and where we're going forward. My 2 minutes. My gratitude of Thanksgiving and the holiday season that's coming up, and Christmas, and us celebrating our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and whatever religion people want to believe in. Alex, if you'll show this last 2 minutes, it's a conversation that I created between me and God, okay, about what's going on in the world. And I just want people to please, if they would, just listen. Don't try to fight. Don't try to argue. Don't try to win a point. Don't try to score a point. Just listen to what the principles at play are here, and then comment away and call me any name in the book you want to afterwards. I don't care. Okay.
All right.
But Alex, can you play that last one that I just shared with you, brother?
Before we answer, we must ask the right question. Master, would Christ reject a commerce system built on perfect mathematics, full transparency, and honest weights and measures? Tell me first, what did Christ reject among the money changers? deception, manipulation, exploitation, shadows. And did he reject trade itself? No, only the corruption within it. If commerce is conducted with perfect disclosure, verifiable fairness, immediate ledgering, and one standard applied to all, is this not truth? It would be truth in action. Christ said, I am the truth. Truth exposes manipulation. Truth destroys shadows. Truth cannot oppose itself. Then a transparent, honest system would reflect him, not oppose him. God shows no partiality. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you. A system of one universal standard aligns with divine law itself. Auditable blocks aligning in perfect formation. One-to-one weights and measures animating in perfect symmetry. Such a system would end favoritism and eliminate hidden power. Would Christ reject a system that deceives no one, enslaves no one, hides nothing, favors no elite, and applies one measure to every soul? No, he would reject anything less than that. Then Christ would not overturn a system built on God's own math, transparency, and truth. He would overturn the corruption that violates it. Build on truth and Christ blesses it. Build on deception and he overturns it.
True or false, 1 or 0. Way too
Yeah, it
many.
makes sense. I mean, it makes complete sense to me. I'm not going to say it doesn't, 100%, but I love it, Rob. Look, do we got some super chats, Alex? 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗀𝗄𝗏, thank you so much. Super sticker. Michelle Christians, happy Turkey Day, everyone. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That's tomorrow already. Wow. Jeez. Commander Shepard, happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, Nino. Same to all the mods. And 500,000 subscribers. Yeah, man, I finally hit that marker.
Congratulations. Congratulations, brother.
Took forever. Whatever. Way down south, the hand and the forehead mark means your thoughts and actions. That's the mark of the devil. Okay?
That's correct. If he makes us think about money all the time, and in our hand is what we're transacting with this fraudulent currency, and it's always on our head and it's always in our hand, and we're having to deal underneath the suppression of that system, that's the mark of the beast. It's also be the triangle with the eye on the top of it. That they're telling us symbolism will be their downfall. The mark of the beast is the system that makes us think about that system all the time instead of our Father.
I'm still not getting a chip in my body. I'm just not doing
I don't want either. I'm not either.
Randall S. Crow, thank you so much, Randall. Way down south, 23. Happy Thanksgiving. God bless you, Nino. Give thanks for all the love in this family. God bless you. Thank you, Black Sheep family. Kelly Rael, 1982. Thank you, David, for all you do. Many prayers continued. Love you big. Thank you. I love you too. All right, and that's it. Rob, thank you for joining me, man. Let's do a show for Nino's Corner.tv pretty soon.
Love you, brother. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving, Rob. And that's it, folks. Alex, are you there?
Hey, Nino.
Good show. Good show.
Yeah, great show.
I kind of feel like I messed up on the thumbnail a little bit because we went in such a different direction than I wanted to talk more about James Comey and stuff like that. But this went in such a different direction, but a great direction because I think it brought a lot of understanding to the people. They know now where this is headed financially. People should be filled with more promise. I still think there's something, I don't trust anybody. That could be because of boxing, my career, and whatever. But Alex, thanks for joining me, folks. We're out of here. And see you today's Wednesday.
Yeah, so we'll be back Black Friday, right?
Friday. We'll be back Black Friday. Folks, get to Nino's Corner.tv for 50% off all annuals. All annuals, 50% off. Ringside is today at 5 p.m. I'll see you all there. And
Happy
yes, thank you for the prayers for my dad. He's doing better. We're still in the weeds. But there's some hope there. So thank you so much, folks. And that's it. All right, folks. And the new heavyweight champion of podcasting and the Black Sheep of broadcasting.